So in this lecture we are gonna study a very important fact, also the proof of that particular fact, which is about the generators of a cyclic group. Now, actually, what I'm gonna tell in this lecture is about that if you have some cyclic group G which is finite, and it has its generator as A, then what happens is that G can have the generator A to the power K if and only if GCD of N and K is equals to 1. Am I clear? What is K? K is a positive integer. Got it? And K is also an integral composition of A. Now what this fact actually gives us, it gives us information about what are the generators of a particular cyclic group when you know the base generator. Here the base generator is A. Okay, one which has the ability to generate all the other elements being the least in number. You can kind of describe it like that. Okay, for example, if you have Z12, then Z12 can be generated by 1. But what are the other generators? So the other generators are, first you need to find what are the co-primes to 12, because the order is here 12. Am I clear? So what are the numbers co-prime to 12? They are 1, then you have 5, you have 7, you have 9, and you have, no, you don't have 9, you have 11. Clear? You have 11. Okay, so 1 plus 5, sorry. Okay, so 1 is a generator. Clear? 1 is a generator. Basically, see, from here what happens is that now you need to go through the composition, I guess. So 1 times 1, right? 5 times 1, 7 times 1, and 11 times 1. Or 1 plus, first one is 1 times 1 is adding 1 times, or compositing 1 times. Here you need to add 1 5 times, here 7 times, and here 11 times. Am I clear? Got it? So basically this will help us find out the generators of a cyclic. So let's go to the proof. Okay, so what we will do is that the first thing first, let the order of A to the power K be R, and M is equals to GCD of K and N. Okay, clear? So basically our path through this particular proof will be first showing that the order of A to the power K is basically N over M, where N is the order of A, that is the base generator of the group, and M is the GCD of K and N. This is what we are gonna show first. Am I clear? Okay, this is what we are gonna show first. So at this moment I am removing these roughs so that we can go through the proof. This much is clear. So from here we can write that K is equals to Ms and N is equals to Mt. Okay, where S and T are integers, rather positive integers, and GCD of S and T is 1. Clear? Got it? I guess you people already know what is Euclidean division algorithm. Okay, so this much is clear. Now what you can do is that, see, you have A to the power K, and you add the composition of it N over M times. So here, since it is multiplicatively shown, so I am telling you in the terms of power. So you raise this to the power of N over M, which can be written as K times N over M. Now K can be written as Ms. So this is MSN over N. You can cancel the M's, which will give you ANS. That is an whole to the power s. Now an is e because the order of a is considered to be e. I have not written it right. Okay, so here you also need to consider that it will be given to you. The order of a will be given to you as n. Clear? So this becomes e to the power s, that is actually e. Clear? So basically from here what can you write is that the order of a to the power k divides n over m, that is r divides n over m. Okay, so this is one part of the proof. Got it? Okay, now let's talk about the second part. Okay, so since the order of a to the power k is r, so a to the power k times r is e identity. That means, and now the order of a is n, since the order of a is n, so that implies n divides k times r. Okay, property of the cyclic groups, property of the order of a particular element in a cyclic group, or property, basically not a cyclic group. Okay, property of the order of the element, rather property of the order of an element. So from here you can say that n over m divides k over m times r. This can be written. Now from here let's see k over m and n over m is nothing but s and t, whose GCD is 1. So basically GCD of n over m and k over m is 1. What does that imply? So that implies that n over m divides r. Clear? So from these two statements you can say that r is equals to n over m, that is the order of a to the power k is nothing but n over m. Am I clear? Now if m is equals to 1, then the order of a to the power k is equals to n, which is also the order of a. Since the order of g, and basically you can write it like this, that since g is equals to generated by a, that implies that order of g is equals to order of a. That further implies the order of g is equals to order of a to the power k because of this condition, which further implies that g is also generated by a to the power k. Am I clear? Got it? Okay, so this is actually a both-sided proof which can be eventually considered to be proven from this particular formula, that is g can be generated by a to the power k. Okay, g can be generated by a to the power k if GCD of n and k is 1, and from the reverse side also, that if GCD of n and k is 1, then this condition is true, which actually indicates that g is generated by a to the power k. So this formula actually leads you to the both-sided proof. Am I clear? So this is a very important fact for group theory as well as a very important proof. So I hope you like this particular lecture. Meet you guys in the next lecture.